Good evening, everyone. Notice of this meeting stating the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. Copies of the agenda, finance report, and personnel reports are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is now called to order. Mr. Clerk, can you please conduct a prayer and flag salute?
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the 3 doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase, out the front door, and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session at the end of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets provided at the front of the room with your name and address. Please turn off all cell phones and place them on vibrate. If you must take a call, please leave the council chambers to do so. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Ormond?
Here.
Javik?
Present.
Caldwell?
Here.
Mohammed?
Present.
Cosby?
One last time.
Roman?
He's going to be late.
Strano?
Here.
Blaine?
Excused.
Medina?
Here.
Hudak?
Here.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Here. Okay. At this time, I'd like to do a presentation to Councilwoman Rashana Cosby in recognition of her service to the city of Linden. Okay. Councilwoman Cosby will go down to the floor. Okay, and I'd also like to ask her family members to come up.
Okay, you are. I told you to take off your food. Come on.
I'm feeling very old tonight. The first time I met Councilwoman Cosby, Cece was in a baby carriage at school 4, just born. So, as you can see, the family's all grown now, and that just shows you how long of service Councilwoman Cosby has put into the city of Linden. When I first met her, she was starting as PTA president at school 4. Okay, she's dedicated many years of her life. As you can see, as I mentioned, her daughter was in a baby carriage. They're all grown adults now. She's a grandmother now. Right, you got to look at the camera. So we want to thank Rashana for her service to our city of Linden. She was elected in 2010 and started her service as a councilwoman of the 5th Ward in 2011. She was the first African-American woman to serve as a councilwoman in the city of Linden. So history was made then. She's served on many committees in the city of Linden, including engineering, personnel, recreation, to name just a few. Very instrumental in accountability in the city of Linden with instituting background checks for our volunteers. I think her heart was really with the youth in the city, instituting the after-school programs for the city, the fishing club. So we could be here all night, talking about all her accomplishments. So, it's time she decided she wasn't going to seek reelection. I could see why with the baby looking at me right here. She's got some important things to take care of, but I'm sure anything she wishes to do in the future, she will do, put her whole heart and soul into it. So she served the residents of the 5th Ward for many years, and I'm sure they're going to miss Councilwoman Cosby. She was always a phone call away. So we wish her well on behalf of all our council members and mayor. We wish you well in all your future endeavors. We have a resolution here for you this evening, as well as a plaque. I'll read you the plaque presented to Honorable 5th Ward Councilwoman Roshana C. Cosby, with gratitude as you retire after serving 4 terms with distinction and dedication to the constituents of the City of Linden from 2011 to 2022, presented by the Linden City Council. So I ask everybody, please join me in congratulating Councilwoman Cosby and wishing her well on all her future endeavors and whatever she plans to do in the future.
Thank you.
So, okay.
Yes, I do. You said the picture. All right. Thank you, Michelle. So Michelle slightly memorized the resolution, so we're going to dispense with the reading of it. So most of that stuff was in the resolution. I appreciate you all for that. Whew. These people, young people, my nieces here, my sisters, they helped me get here. Aside from the constituents who actually voted and elected me 4 consecutive times, I have nothing but gratitude. But especially to my family. So I used to come to city council before I even got elected, pregnant, annoying, and all like that. But I would do it all again, right? I would do everything again and still try and serve my neighborhood and my city to the best of my ability, which I think I did. I will take my leave after the presentation because my back is a little messed up. But thank you, Linden residents. Thank you, family, immensely. And thank me for all my hard work and dedication and commitment to the city and also to everything that I wanted to do. I think we did a lot of good work, so I'm proud of that. And I'm not going away. I'm here officially until December 31st. My number is still 908-718-7933. If you need anything, I'm hopeful that there will be a smooth transition to the person who's coming in. Mr. Rivas, who's here, good to see you, 2nd time at council, good job. But thank you, I appreciate it so much. My pleasure.
Mayor Armstead requested to make a few comments.
Yes, first let me congratulate Councilwoman Cosby on her retirement. You know, it seemed like it was only yesterday when Jimmy Moore and myself were putting a team together to challenge the political establishment in this town, and we found you over in the 5th Ward, and we put you on our ticket, and we ran on the, we called ourselves back then the Democrats United for Change, and I just want to thank you because you definitely carried your load during that election, and you helped me win my first primary election as the mayor in this town, and that will never it will never go unforgotten. We do appreciate you. You brought in some decent votes at that district for us. We were successful. Again, I won my first primary, and I think you had a lot to do with it. And I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for working so hard during that campaign. Okay. Well, yeah. Listen, that goes without saying. We heard all that already, but again, you know, we just like to thank you because you helped us out tremendously when we put that team together, and we went over and we saw you in the fourth ward wanting to be, the fifth ward wanting to make some change in this town, and we added you to our team, and you definitely were a valuable player in that year. So thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you again. Okay, we were hoping that Councilman Roman could have been here to take pictures, but unfortunately, we're going to have to move ahead. We're going to have the swearing in of 10th Ward Councilwoman Christine Hudak. The resignation of Gretchen Hickey as 10th Ward Councilwoman on May 31st, 2022, created a vacancy on council. According to state statute, when the vacancy occurs prior to September 1st, in the next to the last year of the term of the officer whose office has become vacant, the office shall be filled for its unexpired term at the next general election. The governing body filled the position of a temporary basis until this November's general election, as prescribed by state statute. Christine Hudak was selected to temporarily fill the vacancy and was elected at the general election to fill the remainder of the term. Therefore, she is being sworn in this evening for the remainder of the term. Holding the Bible for her will be Mayor Derek Armstead. Swearing her in will be City Clerk Joseph C. Bodak. So, Mr. Bodak, Councilwoman Hudak, and Mayor Armstead, can you please step down? Okay, congratulations, Councilwoman Hudak. Okay, can we have approval of the public session minutes of November 22nd, 2022, please?
Council President, I make a motion for the approval of minutes of November 22nd, 2022, and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Absent. Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we're moving on now to ordinances on hearing, beginning with ordinance 6666, please.
Bond ordinance authorizing various capital improvements for the Division of Engineering appropriating $418,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $397,100 in bonds or notes for financing part of the cost thereof.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I move to close the hearing on ordinance number 66-66. The ordinance adopted, and I request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Mohammed?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6667.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999," passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden that Chapter 7 Traffic shall be in the same as hereby amended as follows: 7-33 Handicap Parking Regulations, 7-33.1A Handicap Parking on Street, add 119 West Blanky Street, 1 space.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 6667, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6668, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999," passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic shall be in the same as hereby amended as follows: 7-33 Handicap Parking Regulations, 7-33.1A Handicap Parking on Street, add 658 Morningside Avenue, 1 space.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 6668, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6669, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999," passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-10, Parking Prohibited at all times on certain streets, shall be in the same as hereby amended as follows: 7-10, Parking Prohibited at all times on certain street, add West Elizabeth Avenue, South Side.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 6669, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mr. Mohammed stepped out. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6670, Councilwoman Oremon.
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to amend ordinance 6670. The section of the municipal ordinance originally quoted in ordinance 66-70, 7-12.1, pertains to 2-hour parking. The correct section is 7-12, parking time limited. I move to amend the ordinance on hearing 66-70 to read as follows. Delete the language, Section 7-12.1, time limit parking on certain streets from the ordinance, and replace it with Section 7-12, parking time limited. All of the provisions of the ordinance shall remain the same. The city attorney has reviewed the proposed change and found it to be de minimis. I move for approval of the amendment and request a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Now we'll, ordinance 6670 as amended.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-12, parking time limited on certain streets shall be in the same as hereby amended as follows. Add West Elizabeth Avenue, South Side, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday through Saturday.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, could we have a motion, please?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing as amended on 66-70 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6671, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-26, loading zones shall be in the same as hereby amended as follows. Add West Elizabeth Avenue, South Side.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 66-71, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6672, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-27, bus stops shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Delete West Elizabeth Avenue and add West Elizabeth Avenue.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 66-72, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6673, please.
An ordinance amending Chapter 2-25 entitled Department of Community Services by the City Council of the City of Linden. This ordinance merges the Division of Buildings and Grounds into a renamed Division of Transportation and Properties.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing be closed on ordinance number 66-73, the ordinance adopted, and I request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6674, please.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a schedule of titles, salary ranges, and regulations for maintaining the classification and salary standardization plan of all employees of the City of Linden, passed August 15, 1995, and approved August 16, 1995. Be it ordained by the Council of City of Linden that we add Schedule 4QQ7.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, could we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to move to close the hearing on ordinance number 66-74. Ordinance be adopted, and I request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6675, please.
An ordinance dissolving the Shade Tree Commission and creating a Shade Tree Advisory Board.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay. Come up, okay, and just state your name and address.
There we go.
No.
Diane Wolferding, 6th Ward. What is the difference between a shade tree commission and a shade tree advisory board?
Okay, give me your question, and I'll have our
That's
attorney.
it.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah, what's the
Mr.
difference?
Antonelli?
Ms. Wolverine, it's actually a very good question. There is a difference, and there's actually not. The Shade Tree Commission, which currently exists here in the city of Linden, is an ordinance that was permitted by statute. If this ordinance is adopted, it's going to be recasted as a Shade Tree Advisory Board. And the difference basically comes down to decisions with regard to shade tree issues. When you have a shade tree commission, they have exclusive jurisdiction, control, decision-making authority over the city's shade trees. The shade tree committee, however, will still be involved in shade tree issues, decisions, et cetera, but it will give this council a little bit more say, a little more involvement with regard to those issues. So there is a difference, but there's not. There's some legal differences as well, but at the end of the day, recasting it as a shade tree advisory committee allows this council and mayor to have more input into the shade tree issues that go on here in the city of Linden.
Will it affect funding?
Excuse me?
Will it affect the funding towards the?
Absolutely not.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Halloran?
Craig Halloran, 120 Donaldson Place. Again, I know I'm not supposed to ask questions, but I don't know how to get around this. How about any liabilities in regards to trees affecting sidewalks or anything? Does that shift, going from a commission to a shade tree advisory board, does that shift liabilities issues to anybody else?
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
That's
or-
it.
All right. Mr. Antonelli?
Thank you, Mr. Halloran. Very good question. Liability is not changed. The city is still, enjoys, under the Tort Claims Act, immunities for what I referenced last night, trip and falls. So while, the Shade Tree Commission does have its own immunity under the Tort Claims Act, separate and apart from that, the city enjoys immunities as well. And so therefore, I don't see any difference between either. The city is still protected if it were to adopt this ordinance this evening with regard to the creation of a Shade Tree Advisory Committee.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Ronald Martins, 328 Minor Terrace. Again, as I said earlier, this, this motion to dissolve the Shade Tree Commission came about pretty quickly, about a month ago. You guys are don't normally move at this speed to get things done this quickly. I don't see the urgency. We have a contract that we signed, that the commission has signed to plant about 80 trees in the spring with Wetlands Incorporated for, I think, around $80,000. So I had asked Dan earlier, what happens to that contract that we signed. The other thing is we had also planned on an Arbor Day ceremony at School 6 for this coming Arbor Day. So I think it would be reasonable to let us at least finish what we started. And then after Arbor Day, if you want to dissolve, then have at it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Tandle?
Jeff Tandle, 1614 Summit Terrace. My first question and issue is, they said there's no correspondence. I did send correspondence from the Shade Tree Commission to every council member, the mayor, council president, and to the clerk's office. So, and I know that also our contractor had sent a letter of support for the Shade Tree Commission, so I don't understand why they're saying there's no correspondence. In terms of liability, there is additional protection. And there is also protection for volunteers. We do from time to time have volunteers come out with us and do pruning. They would not be protected under the new ordinance. There's a lot of things missing from the new ordinance, including any prohibited acts. So it's going to be open season, the Wild West. You want to cut down a city tree or damage it? Now you can go ahead. In terms of input by the council and mayor, we've always been available for any conversation. We've always tried to accommodate all of your requests. We send out a letter every year requesting locations. I got all of 2 responses this time. I usually get about 50% if I'm lucky. So I'm not sure how you want more input when you don't even send back a letter requesting locations now. People who are actually doing their job are getting punished here, which is really unfortunate. You have 5 really enthusiastic commissioners, including a professional and myself. You're very fortunate to have me, and I don't say that because of ego. You are fortunate to have me. I do this as a profession, and you're getting my services for nothing. Also, I know that there are many vacancies on many boards in the town. People are not volunteering. They don't want to volunteer. So I don't know who you're going to get to serve on the commission, because all of us are not really interested in serving on an advisory board. I've been there. I've done that. And what happens is you make all kinds of plans. You do a management plan. And then because somebody's somebody's friend, hey, we'll cut the tree down. They want to rake the leaves. That's about it. I'm actually ashamed to live in the city of Linden now. We're named after a tree, and we're a Tree City USA, which is something that I brought to the city over the years, which is a national honor. We have a program that is respected by other towns throughout the state, including our neighboring Rawway, but not just Rawway. So it's very disappointing that this is happening, and as Ron said, with such alacrity, because I've seen other things move very slowly. There's no reason for this. That's all I have.
Thank you for your comments. Okay, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 6675, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes,
President.
discussion?
Council President?
What? Yes, discussion?
Discussion's allowed, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Council President. Ron, I've known you a long time, known your daughter a long time. I appreciate all your service that you have done for the city of Linden, for my family and all the families in this city. I hope that you stay involved if this ordinance does pass and it's pending roll call. Ron, you're a great help to Linden, and I hope you continue. And if there was an advisory board, I hope you apply for it and try to get on it. Mr. Tandle, you wrote us a letter, which I read, and I read your report, thorough several-page report. I appreciate sending us that. You just spent last month, as well as this month, you spent your time up here and in your report essentially belittling my service and our service, saying that we don't do our jobs up here. And when you're asking us to maybe table a vote or not vote one way or another, the way you do it is not coming up here and belittling our services. There's decades, if not 100 years or more up here on this bench. And I take my service very seriously. You said in your report that you called me and there was no answer. However, last council meeting, I explained to you in thorough detail about how you should go about getting this ordinance off of this agenda tonight. Clearly, that was not effective. In your report, you said that you called me and that I did not pick up, and at the time that you called me, I was in the emergency room with 102 fever. You did not try to contact me again after that, and your report essentially is belittling my service. Now, if I'm not in the hospital with 102.5 fever, I'm available to everyone in this city, everyone in this council, every employee in this city, and certainly everyone I serve, including people who want trees. Now, recently, I was contacted by a citizen who wanted a tree replaced after her tree died. It was dead. We cut it down because it was actually dead and branches were falling from it. I have never cut out a tree because someone doesn't want it. I look them dead in the eye, say, you can vote for me or not, but this tree is alive and we're not going to cut it down. That's how the 6th ward is. I'm not sure how the rest of the wards are, but that's how I roll. All I asked you, I didn't send you a list, so thank you for reminding everyone that you only got 2 out of 11 of us to send you a list. I didn't send you a list. However, I did ask you to plant one tree in one spot where a dead tree was taken out, and you said no. And honestly, that's what was important to me. And that was what's, this is our time to
Tandon?
speak. You had your moments to
Please,
speak.
you
I
had your
appreciate-
moment, it's Councilman
I respected your
Roman's
time. I listened to you when you spoke. All I wanted was one tree for one very important resident who has lived in her house for 60 years, and you told me no, when there was dozens of trees being planted in the 6th ward, and I just asked for one. Thank you, Council President.
Councilman Medina?
Thank you, Council President. You know, I'm a little bit taken back. I can understand Councilman Roman's frustration and passion and whatnot. I don't think that was Mr. Tandon's intent here on council. Mr. Tandon's also very passionate about his job and what he's done for the city. Listen, I'll be the first one to admit, and Jeff knows this, I had arguments with Jeff Tandon multiple times. I even came to council and explained some frustrations over, you know, hey, homeowners doesn't want a tree and whatnot. At the end of the day, I've grown to just become more familiar with the shade tree process. You know, Councilman Roman brought up a dead tree. I understand there's a process for that. You have to cut the tree down. You have to wait a certain amount of time for the roots and whatnot, whatever's in the ground to die off. So I'm not an expert like Mr. Tando or Ron or anyone else, but over the years, I've been doing this now going on, I think it's 10 years. Oh my God, I can't believe that's how long it's been. I've grown to become more patient and learn more about the process. And again, it's been a love and hate relationship. And I like the fact that we have that ability to just say, hey, listen, we have a commission just truly handles that portion of everything else that we do. You know, I tell people, I don't make decision on whether a tree goes down. I don't make decision on whether a tree goes up. We have a commission, we have a process in place, and when Mr. Tandon sends out that email, I respond right away, because I just want to get that off my plate. I think everyone here in council has enough on their plate that we could, and we have a lot to focus on in 23, that I don't think trees should be on our plate. That's just my opinion, and I want to make that known and be clear. But again, I don't think that was Mr. Tando's intent.
Thank you,
That's all.
Councilman
Thank you,
Medina.
Council President.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, can we have a roll call, please?
Yes.
Vic.
Yes.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Mohammed. Yes. Roman.
Yes.
Strano.
Yes.
Medina.
No.
Hudak. Yes. Mrs. Yamakaitis.
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6676, Councilwoman Ormond.
Yes, thank you, Council President. I'd like to make a motion to amend ordinance on hearing 66-76 to read as follows. The amount of the application fee for a cannabis recreational establishment shall be and is hereby established to be $2,500. All other provisions of the ordinance shall remain the same. The city attorney has reviewed the proposed change and found it to be de minimis. I move for approval of the amendment and request a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6676, please.
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to make a motion to
No,
close.
Councilwoman, we're going to,
Excuse me?
An ordinance amending the
We're gonna
city
vote.
code of the city of Linden, chapter 18, recreational cannabis establishments.
okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am?
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President. I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing as amended on ordinance 6676, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6677, please.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 7, Section 47, established Super Walmart Retail Complex, be ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 47 of the City Code, shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, could we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 6677 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6678, please.
An ordinance creating a new chapter entitled Liability Insurance for Business Owners and Rental Unit Owners in the City of Linden, Union County, New Jersey.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing on ordinance number 66-78 be closed, the ordinance adopted, and I request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to consent agenda items. All items listed with asterisks are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted with one motion. There'll be no separate discussion on these items unless the council member so requests. We have items number 1 through 4. Does any council member wish to discuss an item?
What's the,
Consent agenda. Okay,
nothing. It's just normal. Never mind.
yep. All right, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for approval of items 1 through 4 and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we have 2 retirees on our consent agenda items. On behalf of council, mayor and council, I'd just like to congratulate them on their retirement and wish them well. It's Wendy Slavinsky from Central Dispatch and Fire Captain Robert Clark. Thank you so much for all your service to the city over the years. Okay, we'll now move on to council members' reports and comments. We'll start with Councilwoman Ormond, First Ward.
Thank you, Council President. I'm going to start off with the Budget Review and Finance Report, followed by the Division of Transportation and Parking, a brief update from the Linden Heritage and Cultural Committee, and just one little housekeeping issue for the ward. Approval is requested for the following finance actions: the payment of bills totaling $2,294,267.12. Bills have been signed by the mayor, council president, and finance chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the clerk's office. We are in receipt of the investment made by the city treasurer for the month of November at the rate of 3.1%. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Yes?
Yes.
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 Yes. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
Okay, thank you. I hereby submit the monthly financial report from the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of November 2022. This report includes the collection of on- and off-street parking, meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits. The Trenton side collections, $1,752. The New York side collection, $1,071. Railroad credit card transactions, $27,684.37. Railroad permits, $268. Online railroad permits, $456. Parking meter collections, $10,193.45, and $0 for merchant parking. The grand total, $41,424.82, submitted by Tyrone L. Gibbons, Traffic Maintenance Supervisor. I would also like to point out that if you take note, the meters are covered during this holiday season to allow for our local shoppers to have free parking, hopefully to increase business in our area and on Wood Avenue. The Linden Heritage Committee, Linden Heritage and Cultural Committee hosted its annual tree lighting on December 7th down on Wood Avenue. Mrs. Armstead, my mother, was given the honor of lighting this year's Christmas tree. There were horse and carriage rides for all the children, hot chocolate and pretzels, and there was a bike raffle where several children were able to win wonderful bikes. Santa and his cute little elf were in full swing, and the children also had an opportunity to take pictures with him. Our annual house decorating contest is also in full swing. All council people are requested to look at the houses that are decorated in their ward. We will be singling out 4 houses per ward based on creativity, lighting, and just overall beauty. We'll have a committee that will go out, not the council people, and will actually judge the houses. There will be one winner from each ward. And I just also wanted to state that winter is here, and we're having a snowstorm or some bad weather that's supposed to be approaching. We don't know, we really don't know what's going to hit us. But I do want to just make a comment that with this upcoming winter season, please be mindful and shovel your snow. It is not an option. It's not a request. It is mandatory to shovel your snow off of the sidewalks several hours after the snow stops. Also, please be mindful not to blow your snow back into the street or shovel and throw it back into the street. Our plows come down and do an excellent job at trying to clear the pathway for cars. And when you throw it back out there, the cars run over it and press it down and become a tripping and a slipping hazard for all people that are going up and down that road. It's just not fair for someone to do all that work only to have it just thrown in their face that we're just going to blow the snow back out there. Throw the snow on your lawn, throw it on the city right-of-way, but please not in the street. And then last but not least, I'd like to take this opportunity to wish everyone in the community a wonderful and joyous holiday season. This is my favorite time of the year, as our Jewish community celebrates Hanukkah, our Christian community celebrates Christmas, and then a large population also celebrates Kwanzaa. So be safe, be healthy, be happy. Joy, happiness, and love to everyone. That ends my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ormond. Councilman Javik?
Yes, Council President. First off, as chairman of the Fire Committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of November 2022, a total of $5,590.35. Regarding the Linden Fire Department ambulance billing, the amount of $88,383.79 for November have been added to the total deposits for 2022, totaling $819,746.69. Good evening, everybody. First, I'd like to apologize for any inconvenience that was caused by having Style Street closed this weekend. We had to replace a 40-foot section of sewer line that had collapsed. The gas company will also be doing service connections in the Second Ward area of Helen Street and Amesworth Street, then milling and paving when the weather breaks again. Also, as previously mentioned, the Style Street Bridge is being addressed as far as cleanup by DPW and New Jersey Transit. In our fire department, Toys for Tots has been very successful this year, and our incident rate to date in the fire department has been the highest ever, 10,000 instances. Also, our billing has improved significantly. In addition, we have a new ambulance on order. In our police department, I had the privilege of being in the first class of the Citizen Academy, and as this program expands, I wish all our residents join and participate. We are also now posting for 2 new dispatchers. Just to be very transparent in our city here, we are heading into what could be a difficult time for our city. We are currently, through finance, working on the future budget. Although it is still too early to tell, 2023 is looking more financially restrictive in regards to spending and expenses. That said, I wish everyone to have a positive attitude going into our future. I also would like to wish the men and women of our police and fire departments a very healthy and happy New Year. You bring us strength when difficult times arise. To everyone, happy holidays to you, your family, your friends. I can be reached at 908-494-4608 or email me at bjavick@linden-newjersey.gov. On Facebook, Second Ward Councilman Barry E. Javick. Additional city information can always be found on our Linden website. Council President, end of report.
Thank you, Council President. As the Chair of Code and Construction, the Code and Construction Department has issued 283 permits and processed 27 certificates and generated $58,354 in fees for the month of November 2022. And as the Chair of IT, there aren't any current updates. Everything is status quo. And I just want to tell all my constituents, again, thank you for re-electing me for another term. I look forward to serving you. It's been an honor. And for everyone to have a happy holiday, a safe holiday. Please drive safe. My next third ward meeting will be January 26, 2023 at 7 p.m. It's going to be virtual via Google Meet, and it'll be on the website. My email is mcaldwell@linden-newjersey.gov. My number is 908-531-0676. And again, I wish everyone a happy holiday, happy New Year, drive safe, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman Caldwell. Okay, Councilman Mohammed.
Thank you, Council President. My dear friends and neighbors, December 22nd is almost over, and with it, the warm weather ends. I want to thank Public Works for their ongoing leaf removal efforts throughout our streets and all the other work that they're doing, and also in the Martin Luther King Park. Glad to see the newly constructed tennis courts have been coated. More color coding and lines will follow there, and the basketball courts when favorable weather returns. Yay, basketball. All of our snow removal vehicles and equipment has been prepped and is ready to go. I want to thank our Department of Community Service workforce in advance for enduring the winter elements and doing what they do best. They signed up to do it. We're in good hands. My thoughts and very best wishes go out to each of you and your loved ones during this blessed holiday season. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, cherish every moment in memory you create. God bless you all, one and all. God bless America, and God bless the city of Linden. And Happy New Year's. See you next year.
Thank you, Councilman Mohammed. Councilman Roman.
Thank you, Council President. I'm going to have a very short report. As I had mentioned earlier, I spent most of this month sick, and thankfully, we will be coming back early in 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks after that, so see a lot of us this next month. But Diane, I hope I'm making you proud up here. I apologize for that, but Merry Christmas to you and everyone. Just wanted to say, Jerry and Department of Community Services, I really appreciate, and I want to say this out loud so that the public hear, I really appreciate the work you've done on the bridge in Style Street. Again, it hasn't been painted my whole life. I was going to PAL when I was 5, and that bridge said the exact same thing it did until last week. So I really appreciate the work. I know the mayor and council president and everyone else up here has been asking for that resolution, and you, through your, I don't want to use the word badgering, but continual pursuit of NJ Transit and Amtrak, you've been able to get them to do a lot of work over there, and I just wanted to let you know that we see it up here, and we appreciate that. And so do the residents of the 6th Ward, the 2nd Ward, and every ward that passes through those bridges on a daily basis. Any day now. Last month, we passed an ordinance to restrict parking on Pleasant Street. The temporary signs from November are still up. They are essentially working still in the places that we passed the ordinance, so it hasn't gotten bad. Again, however, today I was driving and the trucks were back within 200 feet of Rebecca Street, which is just a horrific accident waiting to happen to people who live in that neighborhood trying to leave that neighborhood. The signs are not up yet, but I will try to inquire over the next couple of days as to when those signs will be going up. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of them out there saying no parking on this side and no parking within 200 feet of Rebecca Street. So I'm going to make sure those goes up hopefully before the new year. Can't quite think of anything else right now, but we'll be back on the 4th for reorg and 2 weeks after that. So have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and a great holiday, everyone. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Roman. Councilman Strano?
Yes, Council President, I have in front of me the personnel report. It's only 4 items on here, but there's a lot on it. In the Police Department, A is to amend the appointment date of Jamar Green, Clerk 1, to December 12th of 2022. B is amending the appointment date of Deidre McCray, Clerk 1, to December 12th of 2022. C is approving the appointment of Giovanni Jimenez to the position of police officer effective January 2nd, 2023 at the annual salary of $42,908 and subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. D is approving the appointment of William Nunziato to the position of police officer effective January 2nd, 2023 at the annual salary of $42,908 and subject to successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. E is approving the appointment of Adrian Rivera to the position of police officer effective January 2nd, 2023 at the annual salary of $42,908 and subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. 2 in the Community Services, Department of Community Services. A is permission to hire 3 truck drivers from the attached list effective December 27th of 2022. B is the appointment of Nicholas Plummer, Mechanics Helper, Tier 2, at the annual rate of $18 per hour, effective December 27th of 2022, subject to successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. C is to amend the appointment date of Darius Rosicki, Mechanics Helper, Tier 2, to December 27th of 2022. D is to approve the appointment of Julian Donovan, Laborer, Tier 2, at the annual rate of $17 per hour, effective December 27, 2022, subject to successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. E is approving the appointment of Rohit Gaddu, diesel mechanic Tier 2, at the annual rate of $29 per hour, effective December 27th of 2022, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. D is approving the appointment of Elijah Smith, truck driver Tier 2, at the annual rate, or hourly rate, it should say, of $29.72 per hour, effective December 27, 2022, and subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. 3, in the Board of Health, amending the appointment date of Tracy James, Clerk 1, to December 20th of 2022. And 4, in Personnel, approving the following FMLA, NJFLA leave, which are on file in the Division of the Personnel. And B is approving the following vacation carryover of the employees on the attached list. All carryover vacation days must be utilized no later than March 31st of 2023, or they will be lost. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Ormond? Yes. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yermakaitis?
Yes.
Okay, real quick, the Department of Community Services, it's been requested that I mention this to all of those who may be watching this on TV, that the pickup schedules for trash, recycling, and both cardboard and your commingled, all of those schedules were mailed out. If you did not receive one, please contact the city's Department of Public Works, or Division of Public Works, at 908-474-8666. That's a real easy number, and they will see that you do receive a copy of that. It's very important, so you're, you know, when your schedules are for all of the pickups plus your trash, the bulk trash day as well. Just an update on Memorial Park in the 7th Ward, the upgrades are ongoing. Fencing, most of the fencing is up. They're doing a tremendous job there. The backstops have been modernized. They're tall. They're straight. They're no longer what used to be accepted as standard. They're the now what the standards are for the current time that we're in. Sidewalks have been ripped up. There's going to be new sidewalks at the PAL field in that area. They're doing all of the drainage work, regrading. It's looking really good, and I'm really looking forward to having a really beautiful ball fields in that park come this spring. And the way they're moving, it looks like it'll be ready to go. And it's really something we're looking forward to. That concludes my report. Actually, it doesn't conclude my report. I want to congratulate our city clerk, Joe Bodick. On December 14th, the Union County Democratic Committee convened at the Linden High School auditorium, and they packed the house. And it was all in the means to support Joe Bodick as he fills the vacancy that was created when our former Linden resident and Commissioner Chris Hudak was elected to the surrogate for the county. And it was just a well-deserved, warm, heartfelt showing for a guy that I couldn't think of a better person to put in that position. And I want to congratulate Joe Bodick and let the world know that, you know, we're really happy that you're there. And that's the end of my report.
And he's still staying with us, the city clerk. Make sure he...
Oh, yeah, he's not going anywhere. We're not letting him go.
Nope.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Councilman Medina?
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. I echo my colleague here in council, Councilman Strano. Definitely well-deserved. Excited to work with Joe at a different level starting next year. So congratulations, Joe. Also want to congratulate and wish Councilwoman Caldwell happy birthday. So I think everyone can see that there's a big accomplishment. Many blessings to you and your family, of course, and good continued health, of course. Don't really have much to report. I have a lot to report in 23, some of the future agenda items that I have set for the 9th Ward. But I will say this. It's that time of year again, you know, it's the time of year where families get together and whatnot, and I just really want to emphasize on, I guess, just sharing a moment or the current moment with your family. Unfortunately, we're surrounded by things that is beyond our control, and I think we just have to continue to share those moments while we're still here. With that being said, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a great holiday, and again, just cherish the moments with your family, and be well. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman Medina. Councilwoman Hudak?
I'd like to say congratulations to Councilwoman Caldwell on her 50th birthday. Congratulations to Commissioner Bodak. And as we gather with our friends and family, remember those who are alone, and especially remember those who are serving, because we are the land of the free because of those brave that are serving now and can't be home with their families. That's my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hudak. Okay, I have a short report from the library this evening. Tomorrow evening, December 21st, from 6 to 8 p.m., there will be a rap and yap at the library. You're welcome to bring your presents, and for a donation, volunteers will wrap your gifts. There will also be hot chocolate and cookies available. Materials will be provided to wrap your gifts. They ask that you just bring your own boxes if you need them. So all they're asking for is a donation towards the Friends of the Linden Library would go. So if anybody needs their gifts wrapped, this is a good opportunity to go out there and also mingle with some of the people in the library. Due to the upcoming holiday, the library will be closed on Saturday, December 24th, Monday, December 26th, Saturday, December 31st, and Monday, January 2nd. Okay, I too would like to congratulate Mr. Bodak on his new appointment as a county commissioner. We know Linden definitely will be served well as all the other towns in Union County. Anybody that's had the opportunity to work with Mr. Bodak knows that he is thorough and efficient and will respond to your every need to the best of his ability. So, again, congratulations, Joe. I'd like to also wish Councilwoman Caldwell a happy birthday. You reached a milestone, and you don't look a day over 20. Okay? And yesterday was also another birthday in the house. It was our Deputy Clerk Jennifer Honen's birthday, so we'd like to wish her a happy birthday. So happy birthday, Jen. Okay? So, she looks 21? Okay. Yep. Okay. So, on that note, I'd like to just wish everyone a blessed and joyous Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, anything you celebrate. As many of my colleagues mentioned, it's a time to spend time with family. Please don't forget those that are alone. Try to include them with your family. Reach out to them, see if there's anything in need. This is the time of year to do that. So please do so. If anybody needs to contact me, my number is 908-494-0880. That concludes my report. Mayor Armstead.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to congratulate Joe Bodak on becoming a commissioner. Joe has worked tirelessly for the city and Union County, and there's not a more deserving person to take that position. We also have a nickname we call Joe the Glue, and people are gonna get tired of this joke. We can't call him Crazy Glue. We can't call him Elmer, so we just call him the Glue. He kind of keeps things together. He's really plays a large part in the daily operation of this city, and making sure that each and every one of us do our jobs and do it in an effective manner. So we thank him for all his hard work, both now and in the past, and going forward in the future, what he's going to do as a commissioner for our city. That being said, I'd like to also wish our 3rd Ward Councilman Monique Caldwell a happy birthday.
Thank you.
50 years old, that's a big number, Okay. And last but certainly not least, we are moving our social services division from Wood Avenue to St. George Avenue. We would have liked to have had it open by January 1st, but I don't think we're going to meet that deadline. Jerry Bishop has been working very hard to try to make it occur, and we're looking at approximately maybe January 15th. The rationale behind us moving social services from Wood Avenue is that they were in the lower part of the building. It was very moist and mildewy and moldy, and we decided it was time to get them out, and we felt like it was a disservice to our constituents having them go there. So they will be moving to the City Village on St. George Avenue, the new development, and that would be the 1100 block of St. George's Avenue. There's adequate bus transportation to that building, and it will actually service the largest percentage of people who come into social services are from in that area anyway. But even if they can't get there, they can always catch a bus to Wood Avenue, and from Wood Avenue catch a bus on St. George Avenue to the location. So we're looking forward to having that open by January 15th, and I'm sure Jerry Bishop is going to work very hard to make sure that happens. For those of you who don't know, we have John Watkins in the back there. John is the director of our social services. John's been with us for how long now, John? 3 years. Time flies when you're having fun. But thank you, John, for your service. And I did say last but certainly not least, but now I'll say last but certainly not least. I want to wish everybody a happy and prosperous holiday season, prosperous New Year, whether it's Kwanzaa or whether it's Christmas or whether you're celebrating in the Jewish tradition of Hanukkah. We wish you all a happy and prosperous holiday season. May God continue to bless you and your families. Thank you.
Okay, we'll now move on to resolutions. We have resolutions 2022-384 through 2022-413. Okay, can I have a motion, please?
Council President, I make a motion that we adopt resolution 2022 through 384, 2022 through 413, and ask for a second.
Second. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
I vote yes to all but 394 and 396. I abstain.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we have no ordinances for introduction this month since it is the end of the year. So we'll be moving on to comments from members of the public in attendance on city business only, no personal, political, or derogatory comments, not to exceed 3 minutes. I'll start with Craig Halloran. If you would please just state your name and address again for the record.
Craig Halloran, 120 Donaldson Place. First of all, I'd like to say happy birthday to all that it applies to, including the deputy clerk. Again, happy birthday. I know I'm only 15. I just turned 69, so 6 and 9 is 15, which means don't call the cops until after I'm out of the parking lot. I do wish everybody a happy and healthy holiday season, whichever one applies. That's one of many. Now, when I have, I know we can't ask really questions, but I have a comment about the new budget that I would like to bring up an idea that I would, before this budget gets passed. So who do I see and how do I get that in the process?
Okay, you could see Mrs. Zach. I'm sure she would love to hear your ideas. So
Okay,
she's
that would be
available.
great.
Mrs. Zach, can you please give Mr. Halloran a business card so we can contact you?
Okay, I do thank everybody for their service, and I'd like to thank everybody up here in the governing board for their service, and all of our public workers. I wish to thank them, and I wish to welcome our new council member-elect. Looking forward to working with everybody in the new year, and I hope people don't get tired of seeing me at various meetings. Thank you again. Have a great holiday season.
Thank you, Mr. Halloran. Okay, Diane Wilverding? Welcome back, Diane.
Diane Wolverding, 6th Ward, tree hugger. I was worried when you were dissolving the commission because, I like trees. And the person John was talking about was me. I was denied a tree because Jeff and I had a little disagreement at one point, and the request was put in for 2 years, and I even dug up the extra roots. Those stupid trucks that come off of Route 1 ripped apart my poor little tree that it finally had to come down. So even if you give me a banana tree, something, please, in the spring. And if I was on the advisory commission, I would have a tree for every new apartment that was put in. We need trees, people. This is Linden, named after a tree. Please, 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 we need lots and lots of trees. Congratulations, Mr. Bodak. You are very conscientious in your job here, and I know you'll do a great job in the commission. And just wishing everybody a happy and healthy holiday season and new year. Thank you.
Thank you. Same to you, Ms. Wolverding. Okay, could we have a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting?
I'd like to make a motion to close the public portion and ask for second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Yes. Mrs. Yemekaitis?
Yes. Okay, could we have anyone from the governing body wish to make a comment at this time? Okay. Okay. We'll start with the birthday girl, okay?
I just want to congratulate Joe Bodak on his appointment to commissioner, and I know he's going to do an excellent job. And happy birthday, Joe.
Okay. Councilman Javik?
Yes, Council President, I would just want to congratulate Christina Hudak on her appointment to the 10th Ward Council position. Wish Roshana Cosby well in her future endeavors. And to all the birthday people, happy birthday. And also, congratulations, Joe Bodak, well deserved.
Thank you. Okay, Councilman Roman?
Thank you, Council President. Just want to thank Councilwoman Cosby for her contributions to this council for 12 years, I believe. I remember when she was first elected, it was the first election I had ever got involved in. I was handing out palm cards for her opponent. And we grew and had a very good friendship over the years, and she really, really worked hard for her citizens in the 5th Ward. Mr. Rivas, you have big shoes to fill. I hope you can fill them. And if I can help you in any way along the way, please let me know. Happy birthday, Monique. Happy birthday, Jen. And Joe, there is no one more suited to represent the city of Linden right now. And I know you come from a very historic legacy in this city, and I know you're going to make them proud, and I know they're proud of you. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Councilman Strano?
Yes, thanks, Council President. I'd also like to wish Monique a happy birthday and our Deputy Clerk Jennifer a happy birthday. And I'd also like to wish Roshana Cosby well in the future and thank her for her service that she provided to this city and to her constituents. I'd like to congratulate Christine being sworn in as a 10th Ward Council person. Look forward to working with her in the coming years, and welcome aboard. And lastly, I'd like to wish the season's greetings. I wish all the Christians a Merry Christmas, all of our Jewish residents a Happy Hanukkah, all of our other members a joyous Kwanzaa, and to those who I may have missed in any other religion, a wonderful holiday. Also, last but not least, in the immoral words of Jerry Seinfeld, Festivus for the rest of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
That was a good touch.
Okay. I would just like to add, Councilman Strano reminded me, please don't forget our furry friends this holiday season. You know, it's getting cold outside. Your animals belong inside, your cats and dogs, so also there's need for donations of food.
Point of
and
order,
shelter.
Council President.
Yes,
I handed you a note that said, everybody go out and get a cat for Christmas for one of your family members.
We're going to turn Councilman Strano into a cat lover this season. That's going to be our goal as a council, on our agenda. Yep, TNR, that's it, Councilman Roman. Okay. I'd like to announce the next council meeting will be as follows. Council conference. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I omitted
Just
one.
don't pick on the cats, man.
I omitted one very important thing. I forgot to congratulate our 10th Ward Council person, Christina Hudak, on her being sworn in today. I thought she was already a council person. I don't know how it got by me the last couple months. But congratulations.
Yes. Yes. We're going to do a photo at the end of the meeting. Okay? All right, thank you. Okay? Okay, Councilwoman Ormond?
Congratulations, Christine Hudak. Like I said, I think we all just kind of like just took for granted because you have already been part of us. And today was just a formality. So congratulations on formality. Happy birthday. 50 is fabulous. And happy birthday, Jen. And just once again, happy holidays to one and all. What makes us different also makes us similar. So, like I said, once again, happy holidays to everyone.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. The next council meetings will be as follows. Council conference meeting prior to the reorganization meeting of council, Wednesday, January 4th at 6 p.m. in the council chambers, City Hall. Reorganization meeting of the governing body, Wednesday, January 4th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers, City Hall. The meetings will be held in person. Can we have a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to adjourn?
Ormond? Yes. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Mohammed?
Yes.
Roman?
Aye.
Strano?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes.